Thank you so much for joining us today, Chef.
It's a pleasure.
You joined your club just last year, right?
Yes, it has been a very fun, up and down, a lot of learning opportunity. I've seen a lot. I kind of got thrown right into the fire, which is, it's been really fun for me, kind of learning right on the fly and seeing how I can actually come and make an impact. And working with a really good team, really solid team. They're very eager to learn and grow, and that's something like really important to me, is seeing people, grow and then move on to their next step.
Did you inherit that team, or did you have to hire?
I inherited a majority of the team, and then over the probably past couple months, we've added on, a few people. We had a new AGM who started, and he had some good contacts that joined our team, and they've been a phenomenal addition. Just their attitude alone has been super helpful, and kind of seeing the vision that the leadership team has kind of devised out for everybody.
What initially attracted you to this club?
I've been at the Peninsula Club for almost 9 years. Me and my old chef, we talked about, my progression and whatnot, and, this opportunity, I wanted to put myself out there and kind of get the ball rolling, and it happened really fast, and kind of just never really looked back, and it's been a very wild ride. So,
what were your goals when you came on, and how is it going so far?
So some of my goals were definitely to work with a lot of local places. It was really hard in the beginning, because when I kind of at the August, you're starting to wind down from a lot of the local produce. A lot of the farmers markets were kind of starting to wind down, dwindle away. And then honestly, on the way to work, I passed by 2 or 3 of them on the weekend. So I'm super excited to kind of venture back out of there. We just started using a local lettuce company, which I'm very excited about. Local microgreens. Been trying to find a honey farm. And then we got a really big smoker, which has been, that's been like a challenge in itself, kind of learning how this type of smoker is used, and being able to control the temperature, and not having the gas as the little cheat. So,
what's your menu planning process like?
Menu planning. So we run 3 features a week, and kind of throughout the year we'll see what's been selling, what they really like, get member feedback, and then honestly the executive sous chef and we kind of just sit down, and then we're like, hey, what are you hungry for? And then we just start throwing ideas off of each other, get a random idea, just write it down, and then we follow back up, see if it works as a feature, see if membership likes it. Every Wednesday I walk down to the men's tap room and ask for feedback from them, and they're very honest in their feedback and what they would like, and so you get to try new things with them, because they'll most likely they'll eat it and then ask for more. So,
what have you been doing with the smoker so far?
So we just hosted a CMAA event, and we did some whole roasted chickens, whole salmon, and some sausages. And then we've ran some classic, briskets and whatnot. A big anniversary coming up. We're going to be having a nice little smoker station for that. So
that's 125 years, yeah?
125 years that the club's been around. We're going to be having a big golf tournament on both of the courses, and then at night we're going to have a nice little gala. And the theme for the food is we want to do 125 years of what was kind of in the fad throughout the years. So each station is going to be kind of dedicated to something from a different timeline, which I'm very excited for. Yeah.
What are some examples so far that you're thinking of?
Well, unfortunately, chicken a la king kept coming up as a very super old school. So we might kind of do a fun little twist off that. Trying to try to get some fresh truffles in, rack of lamb, just play with like the common things that aren't gonna kind of scare members away, but do those, you know, familiar but high-end stuff.
Being at a club with that much history must be challenging at times in terms of changing the menu and the way that you plan the menu.
Mm-hmm.
How have you found that?
They want change, but there's also having to find the ability to work around the staples. And you know, they have a few certain dishes where they're untouchable, and so the trick is to kind of keep those there, but how do we present those in a way that is new, modern? It's not going to compromise flavor or quality, but it's going to give them just something fresh, which I've always like had that view of looking at food as how can we take the classic foods and turn it into something new without, you know, compromising the history and why it's there and why it's made such an impact on the culinary world.
What's one of those foods that you can't take off?
It's called the Hermitage Chicken Bowl. And when I first read it, it's nothing like it would kind of come off as, but it's just like an angel hair pasta with lemon cream sauce, spinach, tomatoes, and a piece of fried chicken. So. Okay,
that sounds all right.
Yeah.
How are you updating it?
Just kind of like want to change the plating, and there's really not much you can do with you know, that type of, you know, dish, but change the plating, how it looks, working on getting, you know, a different type of, you know, quality chicken in. I've yet to find like a local chicken farm, which I think would be a really cool step in that direction. And then eventually, you know, kind of looking into upgrading our plates and smallwares.
It's just a few things on the agenda.
Just a few things. Yeah, my my GM and AGM, every time they see me smirking, they're like, he wants to buy something. So, which is I feel like is a very common theme.